Your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America. Fuck yeah, so lick my blood and suck on my America. Fuck yeah, what you gonna do when we come for you now? It's a dream that we all share. It's the hope for tomorrow. Fuck yeah. We got us. Fuck yeah. Walmart. Fuck yeah. We got. Fuck yeah. Baseball. Fuck yeah. NFL. Fuck yeah. Rock and roll. Fuck yeah. The internet. Fuck yeah. Slavery. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right. Here we are. We are live. we are live. It is 7:00 on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, and whatever time it is over there in the UK. And we weren't live for the 4th for Independence Day, so we had to do our little homage to the motherland here on Wednesday. So
that's why you play that.
Happy Independence Day. Yeah, that's why I played it. So happy Independence Day. What's going on, man? How was your holiday?
This is the Death Rattle podcast.
Yes, it is.
And that's DJ Remark. And I'm Kanan Becker.
Yes. You are watching the Death Rattle podcast. And so happy Independence Day to all the fellow patriots in the chat. And happy Treason Day to all the Brits. So anyway, so yeah, man, how was your weekend? What'd you do?
Just worked a lot.
Yeah.
I've been
there. He is
cranking out videos faster than I've ever made it before. And for some reason, none of them are getting any views. So,
ooh,
what do you
that
do?
algorithm doesn't like you for whatever reason.
It just comes and goes, man. You know,
you're
at the top and then you'll be slumped for a minute. You just got to keep doing it.
Call them ableist because you're blind.
Huh?
Say YouTube is being ableist because they are shadow banning.
Yeah.
A guy with one eye. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
No.
I went to.
I just had my best month ever as a channel like last month.
Oh, so you got to pay for that.
Yeah. But no, I was excited because I got my press pass confirmation for Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas. So if anybody is going to be in Austin, Texas for Fantastic Fest, make sure you hit me up. I'd love to meet you there. Or if you're just in the area, because it's just at a regular movie theater. It's at the Alamo Draft House. So, you know, like I can meet up people, you know, like outside before the daily movie start or whatever. And then I just right before we went live, just got my confirmation for my Airbnb. So I got 2 Airbnbs turning me down back to back. I'm like,
why?
Like looking at just my picture. They saw my picture and turned me down. The first one was like, oh, sorry, I normally only rent to women. I'm like, what? It's not even legal for one, but for two, like he doesn't even say that in her listing. There's not anything at all that mentions like anything about that. And then the second one didn't even say anything. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I went back to Ohio where I was born.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's how I spent my my Independence Day. We shot off fireworks. Both of my brothers-in-laws work for the fire department. And it is now legal to buy the big fireworks in Ohio, which, you know, the fact that there's even a law against that in the first place is like, okay, not very America. But anyway, it is now, and they're both firefighters. And so we get like extra special privileges, and we shot off some really awesome fireworks and just had a good time.
Can you not in Florida?
No, I think Florida does it, but Ohio was lagging.
You just mean like bigger stuff, like aerial stuff, right?
I mean like, yeah, like stuff that you see professionals use.
Like mortar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that. Like there's tons of that here, but none of it's legal. But it's not that hard. You just drive 2 hours over the border into Nevada and buy whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And then drive back, and like you're supposed to check your cars, but they don't stop and check people's cars.
Right. So that was a good time.
We didn't do that though. I don't break laws.
Right, exactly. Neither do I.
But no, I mean, like legitimately, like I'm just like, I'm not into trying to get a federal fine or whatever the hell it would be. So, but like literally everybody around, because I went to my ex's she's like, she's basically family. Like I've known her almost 30 years now. It's crazy, but we're really, really close, her and her husband and me and my sister. And so we went over there and she had like a bunch of other people and we just had like a little barbecue firework thing. It was fun, but like literally everybody around us was shooting off these giant fucking like stuff that you see at a fucking like the big ones, you know what I mean? Like not just the little aerial stuff, but like legitimate stuff, like to the point where it was setting alarms off. Like
nice,
like crazy. I was like, man, where are these people getting these? But you could drive down to Mexico and get all that stuff.
Yeah,
like the craziest stuff. But
let's say hi to the chat.
You see a lot of that because it's not even legal to have any firecrackers down there in Southern California.
Tom F is a new YouTube member on the Ghost Pirate side.
What's up, man? Welcome aboard.
Hell yeah. Mr. Wonderful's in the chat. Matt Hicks, Diddy, what's going on?
What up, Diddy?
Saya's in the chat. Hey, hello, Saya.
Hey,
Al is saying, "Don't be a bum. Hit the thumb." Yeah, come on, like thumbs this up on YouTube, please. It gives us it gives us good stuff. We are split half and half.
If you're on the Ghost Pirate side, definitely go over and subscribe and hang out with the crew over at the Death Rattle podcast YouTube channel.
Saya has a huge thunderstorm happening here. We had a huge one here earlier, a couple hours ago. Like,
dude, Texas,
big.
Man.
Oh yeah,
like they're saying Texas. 114 people right now are missing in Texas from the floods.
Gosh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Gaston's in the chat. What's going on? Diddy has his opinion of Rebirth. Says the first hour is okay. I disagree. The second hour, he says, "Oh my god, it's so corny." Yeah. We will talk about that.
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with Kanan, but we will talk about that.
Hey,
Terry's in the chat.
All right, we'll get into it in a minute, but I warned you. I told you,
Fluffy.
You could read my message, what I wrote to you after I saw the movie.
I know. Vorpal says, "Greetings, groovy ghoulies. What's up, guys?" Okay, Oddender's here. I just want to say hi to a few more people. Casey, what's up? John, what's up? Sam's in the chat. That's Architect Sam from the Hellgate. She's in the chat. Heather, there's Heather. B-Movie Theater, what's up? Okay, I think we're all here. Otaku, what's going on? All right, I think that's everybody. Okay.
Yeah, like there's literally like there's no news. I went and like looked through Bloody Disgusting and Dread Central stuff. There's like nothing really interesting. The only thing I saw that was kind of interesting was the first poster for Osgood Perkins' new movie. Just came out today. But it's like very much like they're leaning into the viral marketing again, like they did with Long Legs. Because like the poster is literally just like some like grainy looking picture of a person, but then the face is completely blurred out. So
all of my faith, like Oz Perkins has burnt up my goodwill for him. So I'll let you
just
watch
have
it.
Bad taste. Like that's cool.
Yeah. I have.
Well, the only movie of his that you liked was Black Coat's Daughter, right?
Yeah. Well, and
so
I like the first two acts of Long Legs.
Well, then why would that ruin your faith in his? He had literally one
because the
movie
monkey was that bad.
Yeah, but
because
it was a completely different kind of movie than he normally makes. So like even if like I don't agree with you, I love the monkey, you know that, but like regardless, if I was in your shoes, it wouldn't burn up my faith in him. I'd be just like, I just never gonna go or believe in any comedies that he does, like anything where he's trying to do comedy.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll probably end up seeing it because like my channel's suffering too because I haven't posted anything in 2 weeks. I'm going to have to post something about Rebirth.
Yeah, I was going to say like, dude, it's like literally I'm an idiot for not posting stuff about Rebirth. Like it is, dude, it made
it's not even a horror movie. And
million.
but yeah, I gotta post something about
it.
Dude,
it's a big monster. This one is even more of a horror movie than any of the last ones,
I guess.
I mean, because it's actually got giant mutated monsters in it. You know what I mean? It's not like
it's just
like the other ones were
PG-13.
just big dinosaurs, but this one at least has monsters where you're like, I'm not saying it's good. We'll get into that. I'm just saying, like, as far as getting away with talking about it, it's close enough to horror, I think.
Yeah.
Because of the monster element.
Well, anyway, yeah. So it's been slow. It's been a slow news week. It's been a slow news couple of weeks. What's the next movie coming out? Is it Together?
Yeah. So we don't have anything this week either because
there's a Fathom event.
Everybody's fucking afraid to. Oh yeah, there is for that. Okay, so never mind. There is ones this week that we can see.
Yeah, there's like that Fathom event. What's that called?
There... Hold on, I'm looking it up. It looks like it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, I mean it probably is, but
I'll gotta see it. There's nothing else to
yeah.
see.
There's nothing else to. Oh, you know what?
Skill House.
You know what I watched for the first time?
Did you see Megan?
No.
Why didn't you talk about that on it? Well, actually, I guess Megan 2 is not a horror movie at all. But
it's not. Yeah, it's
you
not a
horror movie. You get away with it because that first one was.
I guess, but I also didn't review.
Did you see it?
I saw the first Megan.
No, I'm saying you didn't see Megan 2.
No, I had no interest.
Oh, dude, you want to hate watch a movie like. You thought Jurassic.
I don't like hate watching.
You hated Jurassic World Rebirth, spoiler, but dude, this movie you like had a hard time not walking out. It is the cringiest movie I've seen in many years. Like it's so try hard. Even Jason Blum came out and said basically the reason it flopped is because it's so try hard. That motherfucker. Yeah. That's actually some news. It made $10 million, dude. The first one opened up to 30.
Yeah.
This one's budget is 30.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to come close to making back its money. Like it's so bad that he came out on a podcast. Like he actually called in on a podcast to basically talk about like how much of a flop it was and how bad it was, like as far as the reception of it.
32 million worldwide, according to the numbers
right now. Yeah. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to close, especially with Superman coming up this week. Like, it's not going to make any more money. I think they already have it set to go streaming in like next week or something.
It's actually in the mid to low end of its projections, which,
that's completely not right because projections from that, because he was talking about how they had it projected and literally within the last like a week before it came out, it just plummeted its projections because they had it projected, he said, to like dwarf that first movie. But I don't know what they were thinking. Like you're putting it out basically head to head with Jurassic Park and then Superman, and you think it's going to do good?
Yeah. So the budget,
like, regardless of being a good movie or not, like, and going and changing from a horror movie to a preteen spy drama, like comedy. Like, regardless of that, like just what you're putting it out against, like in the summer. The reason the first one did good is it came out in January where there was nothing else.
Yeah. The budget is between 15 and 25 million. So let's go with the low end of that. It's got to make
30.
It's
He said like around 30 when he.
Oh, he said around 30. So yeah. Wikipedia is wrong then. Okay, so 30 million. Yeah. So that means
like everything I've heard, including what he said. I want to say it's like right around 30. It's like between 25 and 30.
This thing needs to make between 40 and 50 million just to break even.
No, it's got to make more net. It's got to 1.5 times its budget.
It has to make, so
even if it only was 15, even if it was 15, you'd have to make 45, but like it was nowhere near 15.
Yeah, you're right. This has to make like 75 million to make a profit.
That's what I'm saying. It's never going to make profit. The way he's talking, like they know they lost a bunch of money on it, and he's just kind of like, oh well. I mean, they know they're going to make back they're going to make so much money off of Freddy, Five Nights at Freddy too. Like it's not going to.
I just don't understand. Like, how do you watch this movie and think that it's going to make money?
I don't know.
How do you put out that marketing campaign and think, yeah, this is it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, the one thing is you do get what you expect. Like if you watch the trailer, like that's the movie. Like it's the tone, like that's it. Like that is the movie. Like if you saw the trailer and were going to see that movie, you got that movie. Like at least they didn't like lie or anything with their marketing. Like
I guess, yeah. I guess.
Like I don't think Jason Blum ever gets the horror community. Like he just doesn't. And it frustrates me so bad because he has the horror community in his hand. Like he could make tons of money and make so many horror fans happy if he would just keep his finger on the pulse of it and realize and like stop trying to be like a big fucking like dude, just be a horror production company. You know what I mean? Like quit trying. Like you could tell he's obviously constantly trying to break out. Like he doesn't want to be a horror. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to make horror movies. He wants to make big pop culture movies and make billions of dollars. Like it's obvious that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you change the genre for Megan?
I don't know.
Like what he should have done is fucking lean into the R rating. Like I heard someone talk about that this week. Well, I'm saying like it's if you're gonna change it, Megan, just lean into the horror, lean into the gore. Because like I don't understand catering to a PG-13 audience. All these fucking PG-13 kids, if they don't see it in theaters, they're gonna see it when they get home at home. That's why like I don't understand making a movie PG-13 when you're talking about horror type of movies. It makes no sense. Because they're all gonna see it anyway. And like horror shows, it can. Oh, and that was the other thing he said that pissed me off. He's like, basically, the horror market is flooded right now. There's too many horror movies being released.
There's always too many horror movies,
but that's not true anyway. Because horror movies are making a shitload of money this year.
Yes,
like look how much money between Final Destination Bloodlines and Sinners. Both those movies are making tons and tons of money.
Yeah. I mean, Hard Eyes did well.
Mm-hmm. Like 28 days or 20 years later is under projection, I think.
28 years is under projections? Yeah, it makes sense.
I believe so.
That makes sense. Because
but it's still
it's
still not a flop. It's just not.
We have yet to see that.
It's just divisive. It's just divisive. Like it's not like it's not a pure hit because it's people are really divided on it. But it's also, properties. Properties are tough. Like if you do Final Destination Bloodlines works because you gave the fans exactly what they wanted. You're basically made the movie that people were asking for.
Here's Bloodlines. It's barely within its projection cloud.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a flop.
27 million.
It's not doing great, but it's not a flop. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's, I don't know if it'll make its money back, but flop is to lose money, like lose a lot of money.
Okay, so if yes, but when you're looking at you're at, let's just take basic numbers. You're at $90 million for your budget after marketing for 28 years later. Okay. You've made 127.4 million.
Where did you hear it made that cost that much?
Are you seeing that it's 60 million plus we're just going to assume half production budget for marketing.
Yeah.
So that puts it at 90 million. We just assume that.
It's got to make 100. Like it needs to make like 150.
Yeah. So you think in the rest of its theatrical run, it's been out for how many weeks now? You think it's going to make another 30 million after Superman comes out? And then
no, but it's still not like it's a flop. It's not bombing. No, it's not a flop.
It's not a bomb, but it's a flop. It's not going to make money.
No,
it's not going to make a profit.
No, I know, but a flop is a movie like look up damn it, the latest Tom Cruise movie,
Mission Impossible.
What the fuck's look that up. That's what I consider a flop. Because worst case, it loses like 10, 20 million. Like that's a lot of money, but it's not like it did. You know what I mean? It's not like where you're losing hundreds of millions or hundreds of millions or whatever. Like they have 3 movie plan with that. So like, I don't think that none of them are happy with it, but I guarantee you they're not going, oh, we're totally fucked, because 20 years later is still going to do decent once it's on VOD and stuff as well.
So
like how, like this movie was like 250 million to make.
More than that. Yeah. Wikipedia says it's between 300 to 400 million. So yeah, this isn't going to
they are saying 250. So you know it's higher now.
Of course they're always going to say it's less.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even if you go with what they're saying, it's got to make like 600 million, 700 million to break even.
What's
it at?
It's at 576 for worldwide.
Yeah, like it's going to lose at least 100 million.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, Mission Impossible is flopping. 28 years later is also flopping.
Yeah, but 20 years later they did not expect 20 years later to make like, you know, they were thinking it would make around 200 million is what they were thinking for 20 years later. So it's not going to him. It's not going to make what they were hoping. But this movie, they were expecting it and needing it. Like it's a tent pole. There's a difference. 20 years later is not a tent pole. And that's what I'm talking about. Like a tent pole movie losing not only losing hundreds of millions, but they're expecting it to be like $1 billion movie. It's what is going to carry like the rest of their gear. And that's what I mean. That's the difference. That's a flop. Because 20 years later, like nobody's fucked. Like nobody's losing their jobs over it. Nobody's like this is the end of the world. Like they'll easily make back their money, especially with VOD and everything. And they have another one. And if that movie is good, but that movie is where they would lose their shit, freak out. You know, like if it's bad and loses money, like a lot of money, that's when they'll be fucked, because you know what I mean? Like they already got that movie shot in the can, done, ready to go, sitting there. So
I think you give a little too much not credence, but I think you give a little too, I think you overestimate what these movies make on streaming.
No, dude, they make a lot of money streaming. Like they make more streaming now in a lot of cases than they ever do, because things like Netflix and stuff buy the rights to movies, like some of these bigger movies, and they literally spend hundreds of millions to get rights for movies. Like 20 years later, they'll probably get $60 to $100 million from Netflix or HBO or whoever buys the rights to have it on their platform. Like Sinners was like over 200 million from what I've read in places. It was like reportedly well over 200 million for Max to get.
Where do you find that? Where do you get that data?
Just stuff I've read on Twitter, like different articles. I don't know any specific.
Well, send me next time you see something like that. Send me the source.
Well, I never know what to. It's not like I'm putting together research for something. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I get it.
I just come across certain things. I know I read something on Deadline.
On Deadline
about that.
Right. I gotta look that up.
I also listen to so many podcasts. So like that's why when you ask where I got it, it's hard for me to even remember with stuff like that, because sometimes it'll be on podcast. I listen to a lot of different horror podcasts and movie podcasts, and then some of those are people that talk about insider stuff. You know, like Colors of the Dark. Like they're both filmmakers, and so they get a lot of insider type of stuff. Like they'll talk to people that are involved in certain things, or then sometimes I have different producer friends of mine that'll talk about stuff, and like I can't say that they, you know what I mean, because like they're not supposed to be talking about X thing, especially when it comes to dollars. But yeah, I mean it's a pretty like well-known thing though, that these streaming services pay a lot of money for the rights to these certain movies, like the big movies. Like Bloodlines is going to make a lot of money streaming. I'm not talking VOD. Like they make some from VOD. I'm talking about to get it on, like if it's a big enough movie, these platforms pay a lot of money to have first rights to it. Like I know in 2020 it was like different. Things are starting to kind of normalize now, and there's kind of a market for that now. But for a while, nobody knew like what to pay for the rights to certain movies, because there was that whole thing with like Kong, or remember the King Kong, Godzilla thing, where they wanted, like, they were only going to give him like 250 million. The deal with Prime with Max, it was like 250 million, and they were like, "Fuck you, like we'll just wait, put it in theaters or whatever." And there was that whole thing. So,
well,
I'm just saying they make money, a lot of money from movie streaming.
Well, do you want to get into the topic of the night and all of the lessons that are not going to be learned from Jurassic World for Hollywood and the industry types?
I know it hurts, man, because like it's not that I wanted to see this movie lose money per se, but let me finish, because like there's elements and people involved and stuff that are talented. There is a lot of good in this movie, but they're not going to learn the problems with these movies as long as they keep making this kind of money. Because this fucking movie, the reason I was so mad at it is this movie should have been the best Jurassic we've had since like the original 3. Like it should have been. And it still probably is, because the last couple have been so bad. But even still, I'm just saying it should have been an actually good movie. Because even the idea, like on paper, the synopsis, even that could have been just fine. But it's everything inside of that with the writing that makes this movie just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Right, so like, let's break it down. So give your initial thoughts. We won't get into spoilers for a while. Eventually we'll get into spoilers.
There is no spoilers. The problem with this movie is there are no spoilers.
I know, but I'm saying we're not going to, I'm talking to people that they don't need to turn off. Like, we're not going to spoil anything. Like, maybe eventually we'll say some things, but we'll warn you before we get into anything that could even be considered remotely spoiler.
But what I'm trying to say is, whatever we talk about, you're not spoiling this movie because you see it coming from a mile away. This is classic this then that when it comes to plot and story.
It is the most generic fucking script, man. Like it.
Oh my god!
It doesn't even try to hide. Like there's things where it's like it's one thing to have like homage to the original movie. It's another thing to just flat out redo scenes. Like that whole scene with the kids,
Alien Romulus.
It's literally the exact scene from the kitchen in the first movie.
Yeah.
Like they just do the same exact thing. It's not like it's trying to play homage, because that's one thing. Like having the banner floating down. You know what I mean? In the beginning.
Yep.
That is fine. Like something like that, I'm like, okay, you're just paying homage to the original. But when it's like literally an entire scene, they're just like, but I don't know, man. There were actually some good things in this.
So some of the dinosaurs look cool at times, but this movie just made me want to go watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like, because I think the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park still look better.
Well,
and
the
stakes, it's like the thing about this movie, that whole family, this whole second story of this family, the plot armor, the family, okay, it completely took away the stakes.
What the fuck are they doing out in the middle of the fucking dinosaur infested water
where it's illegal to go
with his family? Yeah, they're just cruising along with his family in this little fucking boat, like, and then the dad tries to defend it, like there's all these other boats out there. I'm like,
where?
Matter. Why would you ever take your family through this? They talk about in the beginning of the movie that dinosaurs are pretty much only in the equator now.
Right.
So you don't have to sell your boat through that small area of ocean.
Right. Well, and not only that, and that's not the most egregious plot problem. The whole movie doesn't happen if a Snickers wrapper doesn't get caught in a door mechanism.
When I saw that, I literally was like, oh my God, like that in my seat. And the person next to me looked at me, but I was just like, I had the hardest time. This was one of those movies where I had to really fight to not say things smart, like smart ass things and yell at the screen. But I finally couldn't take it anymore. And at the very end, I was like, of course, okay, I'm not going to spoil it, but
just spoil it, dude. Guys,
no.
There are no spoilers of this movie. There's no spoilers.
But anybody that's seen this will know what I'm talking about. When at the end of the movie, when what's her name?
Who cares? Unless it's
the
Scarlett
main
Johansson,
actress.
who cares?
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. When Scarlett Johansson's character, like when the doctor asked her what she wants to do with the egg, right?
Oh my God.
That answer, I couldn't take anymore. I stood up right there. I didn't even see the rest. Like, there's probably a few more minutes of this movie. I don't know. But when she said that, I stood up and was like, really? I had no clue you were going to decide that. And I was like, fuck this movie, just like that, and walked out of the theater.
Yeah.
Like, I felt bad for doing that, but I was so frustrated by that point with this fucking movie because it doesn't do a single surprising thing. Not a single thing. I mean, there was one moment where I thought they were going to do something interesting, like a twist. They set it up like they were going to do like a twist thing. And for a moment I was like, oh dude, that could be interesting. No, they don't do it. They just teased at it. They weren't going to do anything like that. Just like there's never a chance any characters were in any peril at all, ever.
Well, they were in peril, but you knew that nothing was going to happen to
them.
Not
really. That's what I mean. Like nobody was really, I said nobody was really in peril because there was never a moment where you were like, oh my God, they might die. The one character, the one fucking character that you think, oh shit, they actually killed someone you gave a shit about. Nope. Just a joke. No, we were just fucking, and like how that character survives makes no sense. Like, not only how they survive, but where all of a sudden they end up. You're like, what? How do they end up way the fuck over there?
Everything is just so convenient. Like, the plot contrivances in this movie it's just riddled with it. Everything happens because it's convenient for the plot to happen.
Yep.
And that's why characters do things. Like, they do things so that it holds your hand to happen.
Like with everything, it holds your hand. It over explains everything.
Yeah, and for being a skeleton of a story, it is so overwritten. Like characters will look at a box and somebody will say it's a box. You know what I mean? And it's just like
like the whole raft, like that whole raft scene.
Oh my God, I know. Yeah. And like,
and it's such a waste. That's what I'm talking about because that scene could have been so cool.
It's so cartoonish. Cool. Oh, it's no. What was cool about that? What was cool about that?
No, I didn't. I said it could have been.
I guess.
Like the way everything is written, like that's what frustrated me because I feel like Gareth Edwards, I personally am a fan of his directing. And I think that he directed the shit out of an awful, awful script.
I guess.
Because dude, if you look at it on paper, like the dialogue, the plot points, like everything they do is so bad, but yet you come away and I could see the majority of people that don't watch as many movies as us still being entertained. And that's 100% because of Gareth Edwards, nothing at all to do with this script. And that's what I mean. Like, if there was even a remote, because I mean, it's not like we're talking about a director that hasn't proven himself. Like the dude can fucking direct. Like he's even like his last big one, even though, like there was problems with the writing in that too. Like the look of that movie and the way he directed it was amazing. Cause like the visuals, the way he sets up scenes, like they look really gorgeous. And like his eye for the visuals and stuff is really good. But did you notice like, remember when I was talking to you about it, like that, it felt like there was a lot of green screen moments where it felt like they were very clearly standing in front of green screens.
Yes.
Like that I couldn't understand. Yeah, that I couldn't understand. I'm like, This movie's budget is ridiculous. Like they rushed this movie. That's another problem with it.
This movie was
they literally didn't. He didn't even sign on to direct this until less than a year ago.
This movie was get a paycheck. The movie. That's what it was. Everybody was there to get a paycheck. The only guy who I actually believed was the scientist. I didn't believe anything from ScarJo.
No. I didn't. Because what's his name? Mahershala Ali was pretty good in it. You got to remember, like every time I say something, I think about what they did with what they were given. Like there's only so much that anybody could do with the dialogue that they're given in this. Like it's some of the most clunky, like stupid, like that conversation early on where you're supposed to feel like the heartstrings, like pull at the heartstrings with Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali is so fucking bad. Like when they're talking about what happened to the buddy of theirs that just died. Like it's so flat, so dumb. It's so cookie cutter. They don't give any details. There's not like you have no idea who they're talking about, but they don't even say anything that makes that person sound like a human.
Yeah.
In the conversation. They just like basically say the person's name.
Yeah. That's why I think I don't know, man.
Then the boyfriend. Holy
Phillies,
shit.
Hang on. Phillies gifted a Ghost Pirate Entertainment membership. Thank you, Phillies.
Thank you.
Let's
hear the chat. Let's hear what they're, because I'm sure some of them.
All right, you want to talk about all right, let's go to the chat and then we'll keep talking about it because this movie is
there's a lot more to say
dumb. Okay.
Like I was saying, the boyfriend. Like I have not hated a character in a movie that much in a long time.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
Okay. People are saying, why are we talking about the Smurfs?
What?
Scott says Jurassic had a good cast. That's the last
thing I was thinking would see in our chat.
Jurassic had a good cast, but the story's done now. Move on, like 65.
What? 65 was awful. Like, Heather's at least better than 65.
Heather said, nah, she did overact a bit. I think talking about ScarJo. Oh, I didn't see what Heather said. What did Heather say?
I didn't think she did a bad job. Like, but there was nothing special. It was very cookie cutter Scarlett Johansson. Like she played
She phoned it in. Everybody
literally
phoned it in.
She literally played the exact same character as her Black Widow. Like it's the exact character.
B Movie Theater says sounds like another movie ruined by corporate meddling.
No,
maybe.
I don't even know if I'd say that. I think it's just literally corporate made.
Yeah.
Like it's not that they meddled. There was never a good story here. Never a good script here.
Philly says, stop making Jurassic Park. And then it's not Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic World. I refuse to call them Jurassic Park movies.
And it's not. And nobody does. They're Jurassic World.
Stop making.
They're never going to stop. As long as they make $1 billion, they're not going to stop. And this movie is going to make $1 billion.
I don't know if it's going to make $1 billion. You think it's going to make $1 billion?
Yeah, worldwide watch.
It's at 380.
Like domestically. Yeah,
it's at 380 in its second weekend. It would have to keep doing this for the next 3 weeks.
Dude, that's 1 week. It came out last Thursday.
July 2nd. Oh, that is 1 week.
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit over a week because it came out like on Tuesday or something. Last Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're
basically
right.
A week ago.
3, 6, 9. So it would have to keep this up for the next. Yeah, they would have to keep this up for the next 3 weeks.
Domestically. Is that worldwide? Or are you looking at
that's
worldwide?
Worldwide? No, that's worldwide. It's made 174 million domestically.
It will, because this is a movie that'll still be in theaters in 2 months. Like the only way it doesn't is if if Superman is like monster.
Well, it's not. Early reviews have been very strange, to say the least.
People I trust liked it. Like they're like, there's definitely things that like your average person is, because everything I'm hearing from people I really trust and actually know are saying like it's the most comic book movie ever made. So like if you love comic book and the pacing and the way comic books tell stories, then you'll like this. But your average superhero movie fan that goes and sees all the Marvel movies and stuff may be thrown off by it because it's not like this. You know what I mean? Like it feels.
All right. Well,
different.
let's keep talking. Let's keep talking about Jurassic World.
I actually think Superman's gonna be good. I'm excited to see it. Either way, nobody's saying it's horrible. Like at the most I'm seeing is it's just like, it's all right.
Dinosaurs in modern times, impossible to spoil, says John Connor. Well, I mean, if it's a good story with
that's not true at all, John.
Yeah.
You could do a lot. There's still so much that could be done in this universe. Like it's just big monsters. Like how the fuck you can't say that. How does Godzilla make a fucking good movie still?
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
it can be.
They don't even have lots of monsters. Like the most recent Godzilla was literally still just Godzilla.
Yeah.
They didn't need to even like how it. Yeah, and they could have brought in these other monsters, but like that movie just simply was Godzilla and was a great movie.
Diddy says agreed. Kay, the kitchen scene was yawn. That family was stupid. Played Out says, how can you mess up a ScarJo Alley movie? I heard they both sort of mailed it in. That's what I thought. Kanan thought that Mahershala Ali actually did well. I thought they both just kind of phoned it in.
Mahershala Ali, dude, Mahershala Ali shows emotion in it and like even tears up and like with what he's given, I thought he did
tear up on screen. Like that's not hard.
Dude, with what he was given, I thought he did pretty like I don't think any of them phoned it in. I just think like, dude, you can only do so much with what they're given. There's no substance here at all. It doesn't matter how good of an actor you are. You could still only do so much with what you're working with.
Diddy said, and the friendly baby dino. What the fuck? Yeah. What? That's strictly there for a toy.
That like, literally sums up the entire movie.
That's strict. That dino is strict. That baby dinosaur is strictly there to be a toy. Like that's
it's so fucking reason. Dumb.
That's their baby. That's their Grogu. That's their baby Yoda.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly Grogu. And it's so fucking dumb the way it ends up in the movie in the first place.
Yeah.
Like the end of the movie. Like it's so dumb. So fucking dumb.
Scott Gotti says Chris Pratt was better.
It is pretty cute though. No, he wasn't. Dude, Chris Pratt is awful in these movies. Like he is so nothing. Like he played, dude. That's why those movies are so bad. Even though this movie's bad, it is still much better than the last two. Like especially Dominion.
I wouldn't know.
Way better than Dominion. Dominion is so bad. Because like at least, like I said, this movie at least has some good dinosaur moments, some good looking things. Like there is at least some entertainment here. Dude, they didn't bring back the original cast to give them the most stupid bug plot. You go see a Jurassic movie to bring in these giant bugs. Like, don't even, dude. Chris Pratt is literally the most nothing character ever in Dominion. He does nothing in that movie. Doesn't even have like at least in this movie, Mahershala Ali. And like at least they have a couple moments where they're kind of tearing up and like there's at least kind of some tiny fragments of emotional parts and stuff. Dude, Chris Pratt doesn't even get that. Like they're in jack shit. Those movies, they have a fucking clone girl. Like what the fuck? You're telling me the Bug movie and brings a clone girl is, oh my God.
Starting to sound like me.
No, dude. I'm telling you, dude, I wish you had seen Dominion. It's one of the worst.
Brother.
It is one of the worst blockbuster movies ever made. Like they bring back the original cast, dude, and do absolutely nothing with them. Have them running around dealing with giant bugs. It's a Jurassic movie that has giant bugs.
I have had no desire to see any of the Jurassic World movies. And the only reason I went to go see this one is because you demanded it of me.
That's not what happened.
Yeah.
I warned you it was not good, but I said you needed to go see it. So that
I know you
rant about it with me.
I get it. Gaston says the original Jurassic Park was a game changer. The second one was fun. The ones that came after went downhill.
No, even the third isn't bad, dude. Like if you rewatch the third,
I mean, comparative,
intense, but I mean it's still intense. Like it's not a great story and great writing or whatever, but at least like it's super intense. Like there's lots of scenes in that third one that are still like you're still on the edge of your seat. Like there's some pretty fucking intense moments. Like this movie, it really hurt too, because the beginning of it, when the family's on the boat, as dumb as all that is, as dumb as the family is, that whole look of those dinosaurs in the water, and like that's
I mean,
the
yeah,
way
that was
was
pretty
set
good.
up. I was like, wow, this could be terrifying. Like you could make this terrifying. And it felt like it was going to go there. And then it's like, oh, no one's actually in any fucking real danger.
Right. And then
everybody's just fine.
I thought all of the best CGI was in that sequence. And then the whole rest of the film, it just felt like the quality started going downhill.
Yeah. The part that really got me with the dinosaurs was that when they play the fucking, it's so sacrilegious to play that song. You know, the moment where they're like, you know, Grant takes his glasses off all crooked and sees dinosaurs for the first time. They try to recreate that in this, and it's the dumbest
in the
fucking
tall grass
scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those dinosaurs, that scene, those dinosaurs, that's like that CGI was not good there.
No.
Like that scene, I was like, dude, this is like all CG. But they do actually use a lot of practical effects. I was surprised when I looked into it. There's quite a bit of practical effects still used in this movie.
Yeah, well, not enough to save it. Mr. Wonderful says, I'm going to say spoiler, Jurassic Park has no boobs. Yeah, that's also what made it bad.
Yeah.
If you know you have a bad movie, you can at least throw a pair of tits in there and you can, you know.
I know, at least the old movies
do that.
At least back in the day, like the old movies would do that. They would at least throw in like
gore.
They would put in some gore and boobs.
Yeah. And that's enough to make an audience happy sometimes.
Like, dude, is it just me, or does it feel like PG-13 movies all of a sudden, like this year especially, are getting like less balls?
Oh,
because
not
like
just
there
this
is
year. Brother,
no, but like,
welcome to 2005.
No, because no. I feel like there's still quite a few
PG-13 might as well be PG. It might as well be PG anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, just a couple years ago, PG-13, you still saw like some kind of stuff. Like, there's just nothing now. Like this, dude. Like, there's not even anything remotely close to gore. Because like the original Jurassic Park, like you saw a dude bit in half. Like it showed some shit.
Yeah, well, the one guy picks up a bloody handkerchief after androgynous girl navigator gets eaten. Like that was the gore that we got in this movie. Like he picked up, like there's like blood that shouldn't be there, but it just is. And then he picks up a scarf and like the blood.
It is
like
all the pointless characters that are basically eaten in this movie. It's pretty much all in the first like little bit of the movie, like the first.
Yeah.
You know, not even third. Like
it's
probably
all
quarter.
Yeah. It's all.
And then after that, there's just like really the one character.
Yeah, while they're rock climbing.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Oh no, that's right. That person dies too. So there's two, because there's the one villainish type of person that gets it.
The villain.
Yeah.
And then the French guy. John says Hollywood wants to squeeze everything out of the Jurassic universe. Just let Michael Crichton rest. No, they won't.
No, but it's every franchise, man. Like this is what Hollywood does.
Well,
and it's fine. It's fine. They're like any other business. They're trying to make money. The problem is, it's just like with our political system, right? People got to hold this shit accountable. Like as long as you
that's what we do.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as people keep going, and every year, all these Jurassic movies all make over $1 billion. Every one of the Jurassic World movies went over $1 billion. Every one of them. Like this one may not. If it doesn't, then it'll be the first one not to. But like, why would they make them any different? You're just printing money.
Yeah, it's
what Marvel did until now. Finally, people are holding them accountable and being like, "We're not going to go support your stupid movie."
This is the only thing that these companies care about right here, is that this yellow line is above this yellow shade. That's all they care about.
But it's the same with it's literally the same with every business. Like these are giant corporations. Like these companies that put these blockbusters out, you know, they're huge companies. These are the Fox. These are the Coca-Cola. That, you know what I mean? Like you can't expect them to care about us. They're just trying to make a movie that makes money. So the only way to get them to change things is for us to only support stuff that's good.
But well, okay, yes, that is true. We need to vote with our dollars. We need to stop watching, which is what I have basically done.
Yeah, it's the only power, the only control you actually have as a consumer, like is with your dollar.
Yeah. Heather says Jurassic World was entertaining, but I found the family irritating. Yeah, they all were.
Yeah. There's so much that's irritating in it.
Easy E says, don't forget about all the merch. I don't know how many people are buying Jurassic World Rebirth merch.
Are you kidding?
I see those.
Dude, it's enormous. They make more money from toys from the Jurassic franchise than they do from the movies. Legitimately. Like I have seen a bunch of different, like they're some of the hottest selling toys because little kids, especially little boys, love dinosaurs. Always will. And so that's a big reason why they make these movies. They make these movies to sell the merch, to sell the toys especially. Like if you go to next time you go to Target or something, look how many different toys. It's like a whole aisle of just Jurassic toys. Like it's insane. Like it just figures. There's you go in other places, you'll find everything from bicycle. I mean, dude, Jurassic is crazy. Superman doesn't even have as much merch stuff as Jurassic does right now. Like it's insane.
Vorpal says, I don't care how bad Jurassic is. I'm going to like it because I'm tired of stupid hero movies. Okay.
How is it any different?
I don't
like, dude. I swear to God, this is Fast and Furious just with dinosaurs instead of cars. I mean, it's literally the same nonsense. But at least it feels like people are. This is the one franchise that it surprises me that it's still making so much money because we're seeing a lot of these other franchises like Mission Impossible making way less money, and a movie like F1 making the most money, and that's a good thing. Like F1 making a shitload of money is a big win because it's an original movie, an original story, and it's still a big blockbuster. Like don't get it wrong, we still need these big summer blockbusters. They're important to the ecosystem of movies because so much money is made, like actors, all these different people that are involved in making a movie, like a ton of those people make a living from being on these giant production movies. So it's like, we don't need these to stop being made. We just need them to make better ones. And they don't have to be like the greatest movie ever either. They just can't be slop.
Yeah. Well, this is, that's what we've been given for at least, we've been given slop for quite a few years, which is why I stick to horror mostly because with horror, like you can get slop horror like Mithrigan 2.0 and a Freyhide, but like most of the time you're going to get original films. You're going to get
Megan 2.0 is not horror.
I understand. I get it. What I'm trying to say is
I'm telling you, like if you saw it, there is not even a semblance of horror in it. Like it's completely from the moment the movie starts, like there's nothing even remotely horror in it anymore. Like everything about it is comedy, preteen, sci-fi. Like, because it's all espionage. Like the movie is like this whole like people are saying it's like Terminator 2. It's not even that. It's not even like to that. It's like you got Megan dressed up as like an anime character dancing, like doing this dance on stage and like. Yeah, I mean, oof.
Philly's
like,
blood.
I don't even hate Megan 2 because I'm just totally not the right audience for it. What I hate is Blumhouse basically fucking over horror fans that supported the first Megan and supported this original story, original character. You know what I mean? And instead of us horror fans getting a new Chucky, a new icon, a new horror icon, which we should have with Megan. They go and basically go, fuck you, horror fans. We don't care about you. We just want to make more money.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot more anger towards Jason Blum and Blumhouse than I do these giant corporations. Like Universal. I'm not mad at Universal for making slop fucking Jurassic movies. Like they're making what people are paying money to go see. Like if people stop supporting it and force Universal to spend more time and money, same with Marvel, spend more time and money on writers and taking time to make good movies. It's like the fact that this movie didn't even have its director. Dude, the first director dropped out. They didn't even get a director until less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Like that means he had to shoot it. Like he had no chance to work with the script. Like this literally just quickly shoot what I have, like that's one of those deals where you literally are like, okay, I'm just shooting what's already lined out in front of me. I don't get to have any creativity involved here at all.
Phillies is a member for 3 months. He says, Kanan, your nails match your background. Just kidding.
No, they don't.
Yeah, he said, just kidding.
Oh, the background behind. Okay. I think you're talking about my purple ass background. But you're talking about
oh God, I just got skipped.
Yeah, I got.
Okay, hang on. I'm almost here. Where am I? Heather says they use practical effects. She had no idea. Memento says,
yeah, they actually did quite a bit of practical with this, and they also used the what's it called? The room where they have like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I always forget what that's called too.
But I feel like the main problem with I'm not even mad at the special effects in this movie at all, because I feel like there is definitely stuff where the CGI isn't the greatest, but dude, they had no fucking time. Like this movie had to be basically all of the post-production stuff had to be done in like 4 or 5 months. A movie that should have taken like a year and a half to 2 years for post-production. So like, I'm not even mad at all that, like at all. This movie actually, if it had a decent, like even a decent story and writing, it would have actually been a cool movie. You wouldn't see me complaining at all.
Also, most of these movies have a release date before the script is even done.
Yeah.
Like that's how they're doing this.
Yep. And it sucks because if there's any problems or they have to do any reshoots or any of that kind of stuff, what you do is you're now cutting into the time. Yeah, you're cutting into the time of the post-production team.
Memento Mori says at least put Scarlett Johansson in the Black Widow suit. Yeah. Saya says the dinosaur had boobs.
You do see her. You do see her in a wet shirt, I think, at one shot or one scene. Right?
Yay.
I don't know. Like Scarlett, she's pretty. Don't get me wrong, but I've never been like, oh my god, Scarlett Johansson. Like she's just not like.
Memento also said just feels like Fast and Furious franchise now. I mean, yeah. But at least those movies know what they are. You know what I mean? Which is what makes them entertaining.
Have you seen?
Come on.
Have you seen the last two?
No, I haven't. But they know.
Yeah.
But
No. That's wrong. Because even the diehard Fast and Furious fans are mad at that franchise now. Because I agree with you up until the last 2 or 3 of them. The last
but
2
Jurassic
or 3
Park
of them
hasn't been Jurassic Park since Jurassic World. And there's 4 of those.
No, but I'm saying with Fast and Furious, they're doing the same thing. They're rushing them. They're not having decent writing. There's no good ideas. They're just like they already have the next one, the date, they're doing this shit where the movie hits theaters and they're announced literally at the exact same week or week after they're announcing the date of the next one. And this is the problem with these franchises. And it's because they're going to keep doing that as long as people keep making them make $1 billion. But the Fast and the Furious, dude, the last one, dude, it's a space, man. Like they took a fucking car to space. Like even I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry,
but it's so bad. It's not even because my sister, huge Fast and Furious fan, loved all of them, and then the last one especially, she was just like, "Fuck this movie! Like this is so dumb. It's so bad."
Citizen Sleep says Afterbirth is just 2 Goyer scripts slammed together for no reason. Family from the beginning of Jurassic Park 2, Tick, what Bounty Hunters from JP2.
I'm lost.
Tick.
What is Afterbirth?
It's the meme title for Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Oh,
Afterbirth, because of how bad it is. At least that film had Pete. I can't say his last name. Postlethwaite. Whatever. Yeah, I was gonna say that this movie felt like pieces of the other movie of Jurassic Park 2. Like that's also what I thought.
It basically took 2 and 3 and just ripped both of them off. Yeah, because there's straight up scenes from those movies in this.
Architect Sam,
there's not an original idea, but like I said, once again, they did this in a year. All of this was put together in less than a year. Like everything feels like that. Like everything, there's nothing that like there's no way they had the right amount of time to shoot like as much as they needed to. There's no chance that anybody had anywhere near the enough time to make something worth a damn.
Architect
that's
Sam,
the problem. If they keep Jurassic making so much money, they're not giving them any time.
Architect Sam says, every time I randomly tune in, you guys are talking about boobs. Well, what does that say about you?
I know. It sounds to me like your ears perk up when you hear boobs.
Yeah. So
that's not our fault.
Architect Sam.
Yeah. And plus, if we had boobs, we probably wouldn't talk about them so much. Yeah. So, you should just be like, you're the lucky one because you got boobs. Says, I don't.
He says we've elevated to dino boobs. Yeah, we're cooking here.
Dude, this movie would have been a lot better if there was big dinosaur boobs.
I don't know about that.
Dude, boobs make everything better.
Yeah, but
it would have been funny. I'm just saying it would have added something. It would have added something. This movie has nothing. There's nothing I walk away from this. Nothing. Not anything at all that I walk away from this movie being like I remember something. Like in a year from now, you ask me about it, I won't be able to remember shit. At least as bad as Dominion was,
I'll remember how the movie started.
Awful. But at least I can remember shit in that movie that was so bad. Like this movie doesn't even have anything that's that bad. It's just
the opening.
So nothing.
I will never forget.
Oh my God.
The fucking Snickers wrapper. I will never forget that.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Jurassic World Rebirth happens because of a Snickers wrapper. Yep. I will never.
And it's not even just that it's a candy wrapper, but it's very clear product placement of Snickers. The way the wrapper goes, and it's done in a way too where it's super like slow and fluttery and like very CGI. And it's like you're telling me this high-tech facility is gonna just let people casually walking around eating food when they can't even, they're wearing fucking full on what are those suits called?
Like hazmat type suits.
Yeah. Well, they're for like I had to wear one time for a job I was at, but like it's where you can't let even any bacteria, it's a clean room suit.
Yeah.
They're wearing clean room suits, but yet he's just casually walking around with the Snickers.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude. It's so bad.
It's fucking dumb.
And it sucks too, because that facility and actually the way that goes down, and the best actor in the entire movie is that fucking jackass with the Snickers when he's pleading for his life. That was the best acting in the movie. Like
I would agree.
I actually felt that guy's pain, and I'm like, oh man, that fucking sucks. That was the only time in the movie that I actually felt like any feelings towards a character.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I just wanted to see him get eaten.
Diddy says, like I said, Mithrigan 2.0 is a kid's version of Terminator 3.
But it's not, though. Oh, Terminator 3. Yeah, actually, that is a good comparison. Not Terminator 2.
No.
Because Terminator 2 still has some balls.
Terminator 2.
Yeah, Terminator 3.
Yeah.
Because Terminator 3 feels like there's nothing really original or new. It's just doing shit we've seen already before. But at least it still has Arnold in it. Like it still at least has, I don't know.
Apache says
I don't know. Megan 2 is not horrible, but I'm not a 13-year-old, 13-year-old girl. Like if I was a fucking preteen girl, like the movie would be fucking cool. It would slap.
So apparently not, because they didn't go to the theater to watch it.
Well, yeah, because there's not that many of those that parents are going to be like, yeah, you can go see, like, because it was a horror movie. So like, it's such a fucking dumb thing to do. You cannot go. It like you could switch, because the only reason Terminator and Terminator 2 worked was, one, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger, but two, you went from basically a sci-fi slasher to a sci-fi action movie. You still had sci-fi that connected both, one. But for two, Terminator 2 was still brutal. It was still like savage. Like you still had threats. Like you felt the threat of this. And it was, the guy was still going around fucking blazing people, just killing people. Like it still had all that. It was still R-rated. Like, yes, it wasn't as stripped down of a slasher anymore, but it wasn't like it was just like, this is
how Megan Cameron got his career.
Yeah. And like Megan and Megan 2 are like worlds apart. Like they're not tonally even alike. Like even the way the humor is done is different in them. It's mind blowing to me, like why, like how you could fuck up something that bad. Because you could have printed money with Megan. She's literally Chucky. You just simply, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just Chucky. And you got the girl demographic, which everybody knows that if you can get girls to support any product in the world, you're going to make a lot more money. Because guess what? Guess who wants to go with the girls? The boys.
Yeah, they're going to drag their boyfriends to go see it. Yeah.
Yep.
Apache says Mithrigan 2.0's concept was born during the Blumhouse Atomic Monster merger. They went big to inflate the Blumhouse ledger value for the merger. That's not an interesting point.
No, that's not what happened. Because the merger isn't like that at all. Because Atomic Monster was simply swallowed up by Blumhouse. There's a big difference. They weren't selling Atomic Monster and anything. Atomic Monster was just being swallowed up by Blumhouse so they could get that global distribution that they have with is it Universal?
It's Universal.
Who's the company?
Yeah. They have it's
nothing, dude. It wasn't like I understand what they're saying, but you only do that when you're trying to get that company to like give you money, like you're merging together to make your overall value higher. That's not what happened. They literally just merged together. They just swallowed them up. It wasn't two equal partners coming together. It was Atomic is this little nothing sort of thing getting swallowed up by Blumhouse. Plus, that still would make no sense, dude, because that was the same time that they spent $250 million on The Exorcist.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not about trying to up their value as a company.
People are talking about T2 now. Yeah, T2. T3 had a
Jason
great
Blum,
T2's
Jason Blum came out. The one problem, or one thing left that I'm curious about, because it looks like Megan's probably dead, at least for a while. Like, I could see them trying to bring Megan back with a Megan 3, like going back to being a horror movie in like a couple years, like when people have kind of rested on it a little bit. But they already have Soulmate, which is in the same universe as Megan, but it's supposed to be like the adult R-rated version of Megan. And that was the idea behind it, is let the kids have Megan. We'll make the same thing for adults. Another stupid ass idea.
Yeah.
I'm just already over the whole AI robot bullshit. Like it
hasn't been done very well.
There's been
because
Ex Machina was amazing.
I was just about to say the last good one was Ex Machina, but that came out in 2015, 10 years ago, 10 years. And we haven't had a,
but I'm not even saying just horror, but just like AI shit in general. Cause like Her was really good to do with an AI type of thing. Like, you had Artificial, or is that what it's called? That was really, really good. And that was an indie movie. Is it Artifice Girl? Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah. That was made by Franklin Rich really here in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Really good movie.
Yeah. He's the Jacksonville darling right now because he got South by. He's friends with Flanagan. He was in Life of Chuck. He's in the
nice.
Yeah, he's in the school scene.
Have you seen that yet?
Redhead with the beard? No, I haven't seen it.
So good, dude.
But that's Franklin Rich.
Yeah, he's movie.
He's the.
Really hope like once it's streaming, it gets some love, man.
But and Artifice Girl was good, but I thought Ex Machina was better. But Artifice Girl it's fine.
I loved about Artifice Girl was like, they're super different movies. Like, because Artifice Girl is not about a killer robot at all. It was like it's a totally different thing. Like that's what I mean by
it deals with AI.
Interesting ideas with AI.
Right.
Like it just what we are getting is the same nonsense like that Afraid last year. Like, oh God.
Afraid.
Yeah. So dumb.
So I didn't do a review on it just because it's like I'm not wasting my time.
I did a review on it. It was actually one of the solo reviews I did last where I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. And so I kind of stopped doing them very much. And now I don't really do them at all anymore. It's just like trying to do the solo reviews. It feels like you're constantly running a race you can never catch up with.
Well, yeah.
Feel the obligation every single week to review a movie. And like, you got to do a solo movie. And sometimes you also want to just enjoy a movie. Cause like I talk every week and make a list every week, but it doesn't have like there's no time on it. No time restraint. It's like, as soon as I'm done shooting one and I put it out and then I start making the next one, but there's not like, like when a new movie comes out, if you got to see it and release a review of it within the next, couple days at the very latest, otherwise it's irrelevant. So,
Apache says, bruh, to merge with Atomic Monster, Blumhouse had to get outside capital to cover the deal. In order to get the capital, they had to show investors that they had in-house value for the borrowed money.
That's not
big.
That's not what happened. Where did you hear this? Because that's not how their merger went.
I don't know how their merger went. I didn't read up on that. I need to read up on that. For being in the business, I am very I don't read the business
trades.
Yeah, trades. I don't read the trades, and I really need to start doing that.
I don't know where you read that, dude. And you sound like you know what you're talking about with the way you worded that, but like that is not at all what I heard the deal was. Like what I heard, there was no capital exchange. It was Atomic Monster basically, because they were already doing projects together. Like they'd already done a couple co-production and they basically just got enveloped by them. I don't think there was any it wasn't like they bought out Atomic Monster, because James Wan is still he still runs Atomic Monster and he's still it wasn't like they bought them out.
Okay, I'm looking this
but
up.
Even still, even if you're 100% right on that, which you probably are, you might be, I don't know. That doesn't nothing about Megan 2 has anything to do with that. At all. Because it doesn't, that in and of itself is Five Nights at Freddy's would be one where they would show hey, but it wasn't like they needed to make Megan 2 a non-horror property in order to look like it had value. Unless that's not what you're saying.
I am.
Because they're literally a company that makes its bread and butter off of horror properties. So how would it look like to investors?
I can't find the details, but I don't want to.
At the same time, they went and spent $250 million on Exorcist, and they've been spending money hand over fist. I don't know. Just none of that adds up to in my head the way it would make sense. Because I know what you're talking about. You want to be able to show things that are going to have value and show that your company is going to continue to grow and stuff. But I don't think there was a board meeting where they were if we take Megan 2 and make it a fucking action sci-fi movie, it's going to make even more money.
Well, that's what you said. That's what you said Jason Blum thought.
But I'm saying it's not like they sit down. No, what Jason Blum thought is he thought Megan was his words were, we thought she was basically Superman. That we could do anything with that property and it was just going to be successful. And so we like the idea of switching things around and doing something, everything. It sounded to me like they just thought it would be a cool idea to make her now the hero. And I mean, I understand it makes sense that making her the hero might make more money. I understand all that. I just don't think that that's the reason, because it being a superhero kind of thing versus a horror movie is not why it's not a good movie either.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a dumb idea, but because they didn't change any other properties. It's not like they went and did anything else like that. It's like, I don't know, dude, you might be right. Just all that just sounds weird to me. It doesn't sound like how most companies like this do business and how Blumhouse has done business.
Memento Mori says, enough about Megan. Shit sucked. Christmas Bloody Christmas was good if you're looking for a killing machine. PJR says, enough about Meg ass.
Man, I got so much shit for loving Christmas Bloody Christmas. Like, I've had so many people tell me, like, that movie is the worst fucking movie. I'm like, I really like Joe Begos' style of making movies.
I don't remember.
Like Bliss, dude. Bliss is awesome. And Christmas Bloody Christmas was shot like a few miles from where I live, like just up the hill.
Oh, nice. I don't remember
small town.
seeing it. I might watch it. Looks like it could be decent.
It had a super small release. It's fun when at Christmas time. So like it's stupid, but like that's what I like about it. It's not trying to like be all serious and I mean it's a dude walking around pretending to be a robot Santa Claus, just brutally killing people with an axe and shit. But I like movies like that where they're not trying to be highbrow. Like they know they're lowbrow. They know they're just meant to be like a silly good time. But there's a lot of people that can't watch a movie. Like they can't turn off their brain. They have to overthink shit. It's like a movie like that is not going to work for that audience.
Yeah, I like movies like that too. But the problem is a lot of movies set out to be that and then they're not, or they just don't hit. They just don't hit that right comedic tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
this isn't comedy. This isn't like, that's what I like about, did you ever see VFW? Like he just has like, I really like Joe Begos because he's got like his own style. Like it feels a little bit like Rob Zombie's style, as in it's very like crude, like lots of swearing, like vulgar type of way people talk and all that.
Yeah.
But it's also not like it has a grindhouse feel. His stuff isn't campy, like funny. It's not meant to be funny. It's just that low budget grindhouse, like 1970s. Like even this movie, he shot it on film and it's got that real gritty, low budget 1970s look and feel to it.
Oh, it's got
oh shit. Easy Angles just gifted 10 Ghost Pirate memberships.
Easy Angus,
so much, man, that's awesome.
All right, so whoever got a membership, you got 10. Awesome, thank you, Easy
man.
Angus.
That's awesome.
Memento says DJ's background looks like he's at his VFW. Yeah, I know. It's from a scene from the Hellgate.
Hey, it's better than his real background.
It's a lot better than my real background.
And that is my real background. I can
grab Kanan is, yeah.
I can grab anything right off of it.
All right, we already saw that.
It's all dusty. I need to dust.
This has Sensei, what's his name in it? From Karate Kid.
Yeah, I heard, Jack, that they're working on making a sequel. And I'm all for that, man. Like, especially being that it's set at Christmas time, it just gives it this extra fun quality to it.
Yeah.
Like Violent Night was great as well at that, like, Christmas time of year, bloody, violent, but like his Christmas Bloody Christmas, it's like feels different. It's just this real gritty, low budget feel.
Diddy says, question, have you seen Demon Seed, Kanan?
That sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
I also don't think I've seen
it.
That. You want to know what I did see actually over the weekend that I thought was really good? Manhunter.
What? You had never seen Manhunter?
I had never seen it. I finally got to see it.
Michael Mann's Manhunter.
Yes.
So
good. Michael Mann. Yes.
So good.
Yeah. I thought it was very good. I really enjoyed it. It was interesting to see.
You're talking about the 1970s movie. Yeah, I've seen this. In a long time though.
Talking about Demon Seed?
Yeah.
I thought Manhunter was really good. It was really interesting to see somebody other than Anthony Hopkins playing Hannibal
Lecter.
Thank you.
But he's still super, like he's very different, but still very creepy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I thought he did a great job. I can't remember the actor's name off the top of my head, but I thought he did a great job.
No, but he's been. I mean, he's a famous actor. Like
yeah.
I forget who it is too, but he's done a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, that whole cast. Like everybody is really, really good in it. It's like I always tell people, it's like very different than Silence of the Lambs, but it might be just as good. I mean, it's right up there. It's really good.
Yeah, it is good. I don't know if it's up there with Silence of the Lambs, but I think I really enjoyed it.
An Academy Award winning movie.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, it is very good. Brian Cox, thank you, Citizen Sleeve.
Oh yes, thank you, Citizen. Yeah, no, I thought he was a great Hannibal Lecter.
I saw a movie that impressed the fuck out of me. And it's going to be on my next video that'll be out like this weekend, a Tubi list. But since you get a sneak peek on the list if you're here, it's called Breathing In. Like, did you see the movie Gaia?
Nope.
The director that did Gaia, hold on, let me look at his name because I want to get this guy his dues. He's Jocko Bauer, and he's a South African filmmaker, but he did Gaia, and I didn't realize that he had made another movie, and I just stumbled across this movie. It's called Breathing In on Tubi, and it's made by the same director, Jocko Bauer. It's made in South Africa as well. I believe it has the same production or distributor. But oh dude, like his movies, they're very slow. They're not for everyone. Like they're really they like to breathe and live in that world of anxiety and feeling like super atmospheric, and lots of dread.
I like it.
But they're just gorgeous. Like the visuals, like he did the same thing in Gaia where it's all mostly in one location, but he has different ways of having people having visions or dreams or different things where there's like a quick flash of the most like disturbing or beautiful or bizarre like visuals, like something that's just for a second is on screen, or you know what I mean? And it's like, and so it just paints the whole movie with this like colorful, fantastical brush, because then all of a sudden you're back in this really bleak situation that the movie is taking place in, but you get these flashes of these things. And so it just, I don't know, it's hard to even explain, but it gives the movie color. Like the whole thing feels vibrant because of how he does it. But yeah, like I love it. Like such a good movie, super slow burn, creepy, real simple kind of story, but pretty fucking demented. And yeah, had a really great time with it. So yeah, it's called Breathing In from 2023. So, but it was made in 2023, but I don't think it was even released until like this year, maybe last year. Like now, on a wide release.
I'm gonna give chat a little bit of a treat if I can get this shared.
I'm trying to find when because I want to know like if it'll be in my best of the year.
So if anybody has seen this movie, Mother Krampus 2 Sleigh Ride.
Oh God.
If you've ever seen that movie, you saw me.
Really?
Yes.
Is it the same people that did Mother Krampus 1?
Maybe.
Because that movie is known because of the cover of it. It's like a really cool, like weird cover.
Well, Mother Krampus 2, I play a Santa Claus
awesome.
that gets danced on by a drag queen.
When did you?
Oh, this movie came out in when did this movie come out? See, look, there I am, Santa. When did this movie come out? 2010.
That's awesome. You're on the IMDb.
2020. When did this movie come out? 2018. 2018. Which is weird because I don't remember shooting that in 18. I remember shooting it in like 15 or something like that. Anyway, but
it
yeah,
probably was, but it didn't get released until then.
Caitlin Newberry, by the way, if you know who that is also in it. So yeah, if you guys want to watch
Sleigh
Ride 2, Mother Krampus 2 Sleigh Ride,
I keep wanting to do a video of like 10 like so bad they're good or low budget Christmas movies or whatever, like, you know, in December. Unfortunately, all Christmas horror movie videos do awful.
Yeah, because most
every year I want to do fun. I want to have fun with it, but it's like nobody watches any of them. And I'm just like,
Memento says Caitlin E. Newberry is a babe. She is. She was in my first short film, the drama that I did. She was kind enough to donate her time.
Is she from out there?
Yeah, she's from Cleveland. Yes, Tenderloin Stew, Brian Cox, thank you. You can always tell where people are watching based on what their comment, like what time people are watching based on what their comments are.
What did they say?
Brian Cox, Tenderloin Stew corrected us on or gave us the
name.
Oh
yeah, like we're on a delay.
It's okay. Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. John Connor says, wow, lead actress is goth hottie. Yes, she's very attractive. B Movie Theater, adding it to my list. Yeah, do it. Go watch Mother Krampus 2 Sleigh Ride. I'm only in that one scene, so that's all.
She is attractive. Wow.
But
what has she been in?
Her most popular movie was yeah,
it doesn't look like she's done much.
She hasn't, but I think her most popular movie, where the fuck is it? Project E 1337 Alpha, I think, is her most popular. She does a lot of commercials, I know that.
Oh, okay.
She's in
she's in a lot of stuff.
She's in a lot of stuff, yeah.
But
she was also in Camp Blood 3.
Oh, really?
Lake Fear 3. Never mind, not Camp Blood. Lake Fear 3. She was in Lake Fear 3. Sorry.
Yeah, she's in a lot of movies, man. Like every year, a couple.
Yeah, she gets work, and she's a really awesome person. She's really cool. So yeah,
well, shout out to her. That's awesome.
Yeah. Diddy, you did not see me. I was in a friggin' Santa suit, but yes, of course I look younger. I know you didn't. It's like that whole movie. I'm only in a Santa suit in that one scene. That's it. It's fun. It's very funny. Roger Connors plays the drag queen, and he's a good buddy of mine. He just came out with his movie Meat. That actually just got is an official selection at the Houston Horror Fest, I think.
Yeah, I put because he had like a GoFundMe or whatever. I helped support that.
Yeah.
Like I follow him on Twitter or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, what are we talking about now? Just talking about. I hate to bring up stuff that I was in. I thought it was topical because it was a Christmas movie, and it's just I don't know. It's just funny.
So who here believes that there is no Epstein files?
No, we are not talking about that. Why, you son of a bitch.
It doesn't matter. It's one thing that all America can actually agree on right now. Like, finally, we found something that we can all agree on.
We can all be united on child sex rings. Yeah.
Well, no, we can't. That's the sad thing. Even that, it seems like we can't all agree on. But
well, anyway, I don't know, man. Like, if I don't know what to talk about.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. What?
Bullshit. Even Trump doesn't believe there's no such thing as an Epstein list. There's no fucking way. Like everybody knows there's a list. That's not the point. That's why it was a joke. So what do you got going on? What are you planning on covering or doing this week?
So this week I got to do. I got to do.
Are you going to go see that one we were talking about?
I was thinking about it. I don't know if I want to spend the money though. That's the only
Skill House. I know that's one of the things that sucks about those what do they call the
Fathom events?
Fathom events. They're like $18, dude.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know if I want to spend the money on that on a movie that's probably going to be pretty bad. So,
okay, well, they're not. At least these in my area, they're the same as a regular movie.
But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write my review for Rebirth tomorrow morning, and hopefully have it up on Friday just to get something up. And then for next week, I don't know, because Alone or Together doesn't come out until when?
That's what I'm looking at. Is that the next one? Is that next week? Next Thursday?
I'm looking on my phone.
Oh no, I know what you did last summer.
Our phones. Oh yes.
Next week. Yeah. So that's cool. That comes out in Eddington, which Eddington is not a horror movie. But I don't know if I would cover.
Yeah. So
whatever,
next week, then, next week is I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'll be covering that. So that's what I will do. PJR says, I heard 28 Years Later is a mixed bag. Depends on who you talk to.
Yep. That's kind of I guess what a mixed bag is, right? Or mixed opinions anyway.
Yeah.
Cause like, I think it's great. Like I am actually a huge fan of it. There are definitely a few things in it that I'm like, like the very, very end, like the final fucking minute of it. It's like, what in the hell?
Yeah. And I think it's awful.
But it's one of those things that a lot of it's hard to say until we see the next, because it's really like part.
No, it's not.
It's literally part one.
Nope.
But it's not. It's fucking part one. The mistake they made, in my opinion, is not calling it part one. Like, I feel like
doesn't matter. It has to stand on its own.
What up? Like even Dune, they go part one, part two, part three.
Yeah, but
like,
part one, Dune stands on its own. It's a good enough movie on its own.
That's not what I'm saying.
You just said we have to wait until part two to judge whether or not 28 Years Later is a good movie.
Yeah, that's my opinion. But I'm talking about something else. I'm saying, like, I feel like it's a mistake that they didn't call it part one, though, because anytime you have a movie that basically is blatantly stopping in the middle of a story, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not a cliffhanger ending or whatever, but it's very much like, because like there's no, dude, my point is this, you could never make this fucking movie if you didn't have another one. And like, I'm not saying that's the right way to go, but since it is the way they went, and they very clearly decided to tell this one story in two parts, they should have called it part one. That's what I'm saying. Because when you just call it a totally own name, you set up expectations that it's going to be a complete story. And it's not. It's very much like part one.
Diddy said, I Googled Krampus 2, looked at the cast, and your picture is there, and you have an IMDb. Yeah, I have an IMDb page. And that picture was taken last year. So.
What? You're in Krampus 2 as well?
Mother Krampus 2.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I didn't even know there was a Krampus 2.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, man. There's so many fucking movies called Krampus shit.
Movie. I know. I know. Heather says, isn't Pedro Pascal being everywhere becoming a horror movie? I hope so.
I know, dude. He's in Eddington that comes out this week.
I would watch that.
Him and Joaquin Phoenix. But I've heard it's really, really fucking good. But it's not a horror movie. But it's Ari Aster's newest movie.
Yeah. I was supposed to. Well, I wasn't supposed to. I wanted to see that when I was in Cannes. But the way that they do movies in Cannes, like, caught me off guard. I didn't know, so I couldn't go.
Well, yeah, like, I'm already trying to look into Fantastic Fest because, like, the guy that reached out to me, like my liaison or whatever, I don't know, whatever you call him, like my press, I don't even know what I would call him, but like the guy that sent me my approval to have credentials for Fantastic Fest, like I get 10 tickets in advance. Like I can book 10 movies in advance.
Nice.
Because, like, I guess the last couple of years, it's been a shit show trying, because nobody can book until basically day up. Like, you walk up, and as you want to go into the movies, that's when you get your tickets. And so, like, there's super long lines, and it's just a mess. But I guess now for press, you get 10 passes. But I'm like, I need to find out how I even know what they're playing and how to research so I even know what to... And like, when do I book these in advance? Like, it's a whole, I don't know. I got to figure it all out because I don't know when they're going to announce like all the movies and stuff. So because it's not till September, but like it's the first time I've ever been to a film festival. So, and I think I'm gonna drive. I think I'm gonna drive. It's like
says
27 or 26 hour drive. Yeah.
Well, have fun. Diddy says, question, DJ, have you watched Life of Chuck? I have not. Diddy says it's great. Yeah,
it's
I got a
beautiful movie.
I gotta look at it. Yeah.
It's just unfortunate because it's like it. Maybe when it's streaming, it'll find its audience. It's so good. I can't imagine it not, but it's like a movie that it's like, how do you market it? It's written by Stephen King, but it's not a Stephen King type of story. It's one of his Richard Bachman things. And so it's not horror at all. And then it's directed by Mike Flanagan, but it's not a horror movie at all. So it's like both those guys are known for horror. So you can't really market it to their normal people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man, but it's such a gorgeous movie. It's like really powerful, moving, like super amazing performances. Like, dude, the cast is incredible, but like there's so many people that have little tiny roles that are big stars because they just wanted to be involved in it.
Otaku says Ty West got a new film and TV show, Bloodlust on Prime, when it's done. Scream Queen started filming last month. Nice. I like Ty West.
Hold on. Ty West has a new movie?
Yeah, look that up while I read through chats. John says, hey, DJ, Mother Krampus films are on Tubi. Definitely will check them out. Yeah, check them out. Watch them. Make Eddie some money, which I don't know if Eddie's getting any of the streaming money. I think he just sells his movies outright to the distributor, but don't quote me on that. You must watch it, DJ. Yeah, I know. I'm going to watch it. I know. Oh, wow. Flanagan is awesome. Flanagan is great.
Yeah. Where are you seeing that about
Ty West?
I don't know who commented that, but yeah, I don't.
Otaku 420. Just look up Ty West on IMDb.
I did. There isn't.
Upcoming is a TV series called Bloodlust.
Oh, he said a movie.
I think the movie is, he said Ty West got a new film and TV show, Bloodlust on Prime when it's done. Scream Queen started filming last month. So something
that's what I'm saying. The movie. That's what I don't. Where hold on. Where did you look it up? Where did you look up Ty West on? That's showing you.
I'm not seeing Scream Queens.
That's a trip. They must have like some inside stuff. Like, how did you? Because I haven't seen any articles about that on like any of the stuff that I keep up on. I mean, I'm not like super good at keeping up on all this stuff, but still, I would think Ty West having a new movie would be noteworthy, especially if it's already shooting, you know?
I didn't see it, but cool.
I wonder why it's being kept so under wraps. Although Ty West is kind of known for that. Up until Maxine was like the first time I remember Ty West making a movie where everybody was talking about it because it already had the two, prior or whatever. But before that, like he always just kind of quietly makes a movie and then it's like, bam, there it is.
Yeah. John says DJ and Ghost Pirate looking at the Running Man trailer. Looks like they're filming the ending from the book, which I thought was impossible due to controversy. Well, I haven't read the book, so I don't know what the ending.
Nope, me either. So don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, John.
All I know is the trailer looks awesome, man. It looks super fun, and like I really like the Arnold, 80s movie. It's definitely cheesy, but
yeah, me too.
I still love that movie. But like I like that. It looks, they're going with a little bit different direction. And from what I've heard, it's pretty close and pretty accurate to the book. So I don't know. It looks exciting. We'll see. I know a lot of people that love the book saw the trailer and got excited right away. The same with The Long Walk. Like everybody that's read the book is like, oh shit. Like The Long Walk looks, and they just released a new trailer today, I think, for The Long Walk. So, which I'm not watching because I'm like, I already seen enough. I don't need another trailer. Like I hate this new trend of releasing multiple trailers for movies, and like as you get closer and closer to the movie, they get more and more spoilery. It seems like you would want to do the opposite, because at least if you see a trailer a long time ago, you'll forget some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't. Instead, they release a trailer like the week that a movie's coming out with a bunch of huge spoilers. Like I don't know. I don't understand.
I kind of want to watch it though. Like, if it's a new trailer, I kind of want to watch it.
But how do people not, like in marketing, how do they not know that word of mouth is the most powerful thing? But it's like all they want is their opening weekend to make all the money.
Well, so all right,
that's all everybody cares about anymore.
I'm going to tell you why. Because the most money a movie is going to make is within the first 3 months of its release.
First 3 months?
Yeah.
And yeah, but there's a lot of movies.
General consensus. Like, so the reason why they want
look at everything, like look at Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like it made all this money over a long span because it was such a good movie.
Right.
It just continually made money.
But that's the exception to the rule. The rule is most movies are going to make like 80 to 90% of their overall revenue within the first 3 months of their release. That's why they do that.
I know, and I know that, but I'm saying like, I'm not saying don't push a movie, but all they care about is that opening weekend. Like that's the problem. Like I can see if like, say your movie opens and there's not a lot of people or it doesn't do as well as you were hoping. Yeah. Then I can see maybe doing a trailer that is more spoilery because you're trying to get people sold on it. You know what I mean? Like a kind of an act of desperation. But what I don't get is spoiling the shit out of a movie right before people are going to go see it. It's like the other one that drives me crazy is when you go to the movies and they have this stupid commercial that promotes watching so-and-so movie in a theater and not on your phone. Like, do you have that same trailer out there? That same commercial? And it's like when Superman comes out, don't watch it on the little screen. You watch it on the theater.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm already in the mother. Yeah, I'm already in the theater, you stupid fuck. Why are you promoting to me? Like, have that commercial on TV, like, or on YouTube or on somewhere to try to get people to go to the theater. But why are you promoting to people already in the theater?
Yeah.
I don't understand who like these idiots are that do a lot of this marketing stuff. It makes no sense.
I don't know, but that's why they got the job.
I think
that's why they got the job.
Some of this crazy shit started when everything was all about algorithms and all about doing like statistics and shit. You know what I mean? And like everybody, like figuring out all these different weird algorithms. Like if so-and-so people hear about this at this time, they'll go do this. You know what I mean? The predictive shit. And I feel like some of that is the case, but I feel like sometimes in a lot of these cases they're using it, and it's kind of like in sports. We see that a lot with sports, and like you see it being way overused for a while, and now we're finally starting to see sports normalize again, and people are like, yeah, you can use that as a tool, but you also still got to know the game and know, and have some, some gut instincts and stuff too, and like you can't just go completely with numbers,
Mr. Wonderful. He says, I can spoil every movie. Why? Because they have no boobs.
I know, dude. We
have talk at all.
There's not a lot of boobs in movies anymore.
Yeah. We got to fix that.
Someone was talking about that recently, and I was like, it's so strange. Like especially in horror, like they're just gone, man. Like you just do not see boobs. Well, the thing is this.
Go.
What does that say? Like, is it because you could what does it say? Does it mean that women don't like showing their boobs?
No.
And they're only doing it for money? You know what I mean? Like, is that the case, because if women were all for showing their boobs and didn't need to get paid extra to do it, then we would probably still see it.
I mean, you will. It depends on who. It depends on the individual. But like, I know a guy who the only kind of movies that he makes are these like murder size type exploitation movies, and like he's not paying his actors a buttload of money, and they're all topless. You know, it's all about who you cast, you know, and what kind of movie you're making. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah. But the thing is this: there still has to be reward into it. It's not like women enjoy to show their boobs.
Not all the time. Some do.
I'm not saying there aren't some that do, but like, I don't think for the most part, women are like, I want to show my boobs in your movie. So like, from what I know, the reason why women have done it for so long is because it's a way to, like, it's been said that basically, if you want to be anybody, you got to show your boobs. Like,
I disagree with that. I think that's a meme.
I'm not saying it's the case. I'm saying that is what it's been looked at for the longest time, like up until the early 2000s. That was just how it was. I've seen so many interviews with women where they're like, you know, you have to do nudity at least once on screen to get ahead. Like, that's just, you have to, it's part of the gig.
I think that's propaganda.
Well, it is, but it's propaganda created by these piece of shit, like, producers. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's not like the women made it up. You know, it's not like they came up with this on their own. Like, there's a reasoning for that. There's a reason why they all think that. And it's definitely changed since the Me Too movement. And like, I just wonder, as we get further and further away from the Me Too movement, and it starts to be more accepted to do whatever the fuck you want again or whatever, how we're going to see that develop. Because you're right. There are some women that actually are proud of their boobs and they're like into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know quite a few women that are like, they'll flash their boobs for anything. Like, you don't even barely got to ask them. Like, they're proud of them. They're like, there's lower cleavage all the time or whatever. But then there's a lot of women that they'll do it if it's going to get them ahead in their career, you know, or if they're going to get paid, or if it's the only way to get that gig in the first place or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Diddy,
I don't know. I just wonder how that's going to play
out. Casey says no boobs in Hellgate. It's okay. I'll watch it anyway. Well, you got to watch it to find out.
Yeah. We didn't say that though. You said that.
Mr. Wonderful says, I agree with DJ. Thank you.
What does he agree with you about?
I don't know. Graham Cole says it is an absolute garbage movie. If you're 6 years old, and 28 years later is a joke, man.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I understand the 28 years later part, but what is, for one, why do you got to write everything in caps? Why are you yelling?
He's taking a page out of Vorpal's book.
I'm only allowed to yell. But what is an absolute garbage movie? Oh, maybe Jurassic World?
Casey says cats eat multiple times throughout the day. The only solution is a time feeder. And yeah, that's what my cat's on. He's on a timed feeder, but he apparently does not accept it. He's going to have to.
See, I'm all for anything if a movie calls for it. Anything. Swinging dick. Like, I get irritated all the time when I hear these stupid guys being like, so I didn't need to see a fucking dick in that movie. Like, it ruined it for me. I'm like, dude, you fucking weirdo, man. Like, so what? Like, if it's needed in a movie, then show swinging dick, show vagina. Like, I thought it was brilliant in Candyman or Candyland. Yeah, Candyland, where the chick goes full like spread eagle for a second. And it's out of nowhere. It's super jarring. It's fucking brilliant. It's so good. But it's like, it's not voyeuristic. It's placed right in the movie. Like Sydney Sweeney, good example. She shows her boobs quite a bit. But
yeah, and they're great.
But it makes sense in the movie she's in.
Yeah.
Because, like, for instance, Immaculate, she didn't go full topless in Immaculate. She showed a little bit. You get a little bit through this wet, like, thing she's in when she gets baptized and stuff. But it wasn't like she did it. Like, she could have easily have just done it in the movie just to do it.
Right.
But she didn't. Whereas she does go full on in, that Thriller movie. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, but it's called for. It makes sense. The whole plot is about this photographer guy that, takes pictures of all these naked women. It wouldn't make sense if all of a sudden she's the only one that won't get topless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it just needs to be called for. Sometimes it's a tonal thing where it's, like, it's not an art, like, it's not to be artsy or whatever, but it's about just setting a tone for a movie in general. Like, if it's like a hard rock metal kind of Philly movie and it's like, woo, boobs, But I do miss it in the slasher.
Yeah, I think it's a staple for slashers. I think if you're gonna have a slasher,
for a certain type of slasher, not all slashers necessarily, but like,
no,
if you got
but
that
definitely,
like the young adult summertime slasher type of thing. The Friday the 13th did it. It's part of the fun of it. Like, there's something fun about that. Well, and I think a lot of women would even agree. That's the thing about this.
Yes.
Like, I think most women, if I talk to them, they would say that they appreciate it too. Like, it's a fun thing. Now, it doesn't need to be like, what is it, Friday the 13th 4 or 5 that was done by a porn director, and it's like every woman in the movie, it was prerequisite. They had to be able to get they had to get topless, and there's just like nudity for no reason, like scenes where you're like, no one would ever take their top off right there for no fucking reason.
Exploitation.
Like, yeah, that's just stupid. It's just dumb. Like, and go watch porn. I don't know. It's got its place, but well, in that movie, in the one I'm talking about, I think it's 5. It's either 4 or 5. Like, no, it's 4, right? Is it the one with
I don't remember. I mean,
she's got the greatest some of the greatest boobs in movie history.
I don't
it's something Voorhees. It's her last name is actually Voorhees.
Casey says, we fell asleep to Fifth Element last night. How do you fall asleep to Fifth Element?
Have you seen it before?
Yes, it's fan-fucking-tastic.
No, I'm saying to them.
Oh.
Because, like, I can see falling asleep to it if you'd already seen it before.
When they recreate her body before the bandages, she's completely nude. Yeah, I know. I used to pause on that part sometimes.
Dude, I had such a thing for Mila Jovovich. Like, I still think she's incredibly gorgeous, but yeah,
then she opened her mouth.
Big crush on her back in the day. What do you mean?
I don't think she's a very good actor.
Oh, well, yeah, she's not a great actor, but that's rude to say opens her mouth.
Oh, shut up.
Isn't the greatest actor.
Sega says, I've never really jived with Sydney Sweeney's acting, the way that her mouth is always open, but yeah, she has great boobs. This is the part of the show.
I don't agree with that at all.
I think she's a very good actor.
Really good actor. Like, she's getting better as time goes by. Like, that's what impresses me. I am always more impressed with an actor that it's not like out of the box, they're the greatest actor in the world, but you could tell that they care about the craft and they're working hard.
Yeah, and she's gonna get better.
Like, there's something said about that. Oh yeah, she's gonna go far beyond just being the hot girl of the moment. Trust me. Like, the fact that she's already making movies, producing them, writing them, directing them, like being involved in all the different processes with a movie, on top of the fact that she's also getting better and better at acting. Like, yeah, I put my money on her.
Yeah.
It's Friday the 13th 7 is the one I'm thinking of, I believe.
Seiya says this podcast should be called Horror and Boobs. We don't talk about boobs all the time. It's just when you guys bring it up. Believe it or not.
Plus, who cares?
The chat brings it up.
We are 2 heterosexual men. What is wrong with us?
Yeah, but we're also not a couple of
boobs.
goons. There's nothing wrong.
I'm just never afraid to talk about boobs. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I'm not afraid to talk about
I'll talk about swinging dick too.
But
like,
if we're getting memed in the chat about the show should be called Horror and Boobs, it's just like, we bring it up all the time.
Well, they can go ahead and call it that.
Well, all right, we're changing the show name again.
I don't care if that's what you want to call it.
Otaku says ScarJo is under the skin, butt naked. In under the skin is butt naked. So you get to see Scarlett Johansson, ScarJo.
But see, that's something that I also super appreciate, because as much as so many people wanted to see her nude, it's like she's finally naked in a movie, but it's a super artsy movie, and she looks about as bad as you can make her look. Like she's not, she's not standing in a sexy way. She's not like trying to look like a sexual object. If anything, in that moment when you see it, it's just weird and uncomfortable. Like that is awesome to me. Like that's what I mean by nudity being used in the right ways. Like it is part of that movie. It's not just to be able to see Scarlett Johansson naked, because they never even promoted that movie or like that as why to see that movie.
Is there a wrong way to show nudity in art?
That's what I was talking about with that other one. Where
like I don't think
if you want to make a porn, just make a fucking porn.
Well, yeah, but you can. Okay, so
that's what I'm talking about.
To your
if
point,
you're like when you're using like make a good movie,
does it become porn,
make a good movie. The new nudity should just be like any other thing in your good movie, where it's a part of it. I'm talking about when you're just putting it in there to cover up your shitty movie.
Otaku says 2 girls, 1 cup, the wrong way to use nudity.
Yeah. Dude, I saw this girl holding up. Have you guys seen that fucking picture? Like, I don't know if it's a real or not, but the chick's holding this big old I don't know, what do you call a big old sign up at a concert, and it says 2 girls, 1 cup is art. I was like, that is fucking awesome. That was so fun.
Ugh. That fucking video got sprung on me. I was caught. Everybody. Oh God.
I mean, I think most people weren't really prepared for it. I think because that was kind of the whole thing behind it.
You.
But I'm saying that's the whole thing back then behind it. It wasn't like, I think most people, it wasn't like we were like, oh, what? There's 2 chicks eating shit. Let's go watch it. It was more like, dude, you got to see this video. And you're like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Because that was in the era, especially when it was like kind of a new thing where we were all like constantly sharing these videos and be like, whoa, what?
Was that like 2011 that came out?
Yeah, there was like a novelty to these homemade videos and stuff, and having a place to see them all and whatever. And it's not like someone's preparing you for what's going to happen. And even the way it's made, you're not really expecting what happens to happen.
Right. B-Movie says, I heard a lot of actresses have fake nipples in most movies. They can. That is true. It's they have like prosthetic nipples over their own. Actually, there's a really funny scene.
There's also body doubles.
There's body doubles. Thing. There's one of my favorite movies is Mallrats. Okay. Yeah. Like it's one of my favorites. And there's a scene in that movie where they go to a topless fortune teller and she has 3 nipples. And at the end of it, she like pulls one off and eats it. Like it's fake. And it cracks me up because it looks super real.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. They go to the flea market. And and that's
I remember them seeing the fortune teller, but for some reason I didn't remember the eating the nipple thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
But like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like you're using it in your movie, not just simply because there was a time, especially in the 80s, where you were just like throwing tits in because you were trying to get boys to come watch your movie. You know what I mean? It wasn't used in any way other than just to, get people to go see your shitty movie. And like, that is what I'm talking about, where it's like wasted. There's no real purpose in it. And it was part of the era. That was part of the era. And that's fine. I'm not judging anybody for what they did in that era, but I'm saying now, like in this era,
I think they should start doing it. I think they should start doing it more. I do. But Do it.
I'm an like I heard someone say it. I'm an equal nude opportunist or whatever. Like someone said, the way they said it was really funny because they were like, because that's my thing. If you're gonna have women running around naked, fine, but have men running around naked too. And that's why I get so irritated at guys. I do. Why? Why fucking not? Like,
okay, but why? But also why? If it's like, and that's the only pushback.
Because if it's not a big deal, if it's not a big deal and it should be normalized and like you should be able to use whatever in your movie, well, why are we so afraid to have men running around naked?
Well, so there's a few reasons. More people, so there's a few reasons. More people, it's more acceptable between both genders to have female nudity. And then you also automatically.
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what needs to change. Like men's perspective on it needs to fucking change. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying as a filmmaker, like I get it business wise and as a filmmaker wise, like I get that. I'm saying that men need to change because that's what I'm talking about. Where like a movie, for instance, like Swallow, I think it's Swallow or Swallowed. Hold on. I want to say this right because it's a fantastic fucking movie.
Casey says my dog is named Brody. That's awesome. Easy Agus says, is that why I love Night of the Demons? Yeah, probably. I mean, but plus Night of the Demons is a good movie.
So Swallowed from 2022. It is all about gay men. So like all the characters in it are gay. Because that's just the story. It's not because it's trying to be gay, whatever. It's just all the characters in it are gay. It's crucial to the story, right? But when I talked about it and I recommended it on the channel, the main thing I got, like I understand or not understand, I don't agree with it, but I understood or at least expected pushback from guys being like, I don't watch a fucking movie with a bunch of gay guys in it. Like I understood that. I don't agree with it at all. I think men need to be more open-minded and whatever, but I expected that, right? What I didn't expect is how many guys were like, I don't care if it's got a bunch of gay guys in it, but I don't want to fucking see a bunch of dick. I'm like, dude, it's one of the most gnarly horror movies, some of the coolest body horror. It makes you so uncomfortable and your skin just crawls off your body in this fucking movie.
I'd watch it.
It is so good. But because of the dick, tons and tons of guys did not give this movie a chance. So like, I hate that. Like that drives me crazy. Like I think it makes no sense because most of us grow up seeing naked guys regularly. Like, you know, everything from like, especially older guys, like standing next to guys at the big fucking trough urinals, going into the gym locker rooms, going into, you know.
Well, yeah, but that's also unwanted. I did not want to see.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like
in the gym locker room when I was a child, that was not fun for me. That I did not like that.
But it normalizes it, and it makes it not that big of a fucking deal. So that's why, like, I just don't understand why women can be like so much more open-minded with this shit, and like men need to be more open-minded.
Otaku says no one wants to see a flaccid wiener. Yeah, I only want to see rock hard ones.
Yeah, see, now I would be uncomfortable with that. Like that's different. Like if I was standing there, you know, at a urinal and the dude next to me had a giant raging hard on, then I might get a little bit like that's. I don't, dude. Maybe it's just because I'm older now. But like you go to a gym, and you're always gonna see some really ugly, gross-bodied guy with his fucking balls hanging down to his knees strolling across the locker room. I mean, it's just like part of being a guy. It's like if you could see that, and
I don't go in the gym locker rooms anymore. I
won't go and see that and not ruin your day, but it's just a fucking naked person. Like we in general as a society need to get more comfortable with nudity, man. It's like this prudishness of our society is just insane to me.
Easy thinks this conversation is hilarious. I mean, it is. It's a conversation to have. I mean, like, you know, I think a lot of people go into nudity in film with like, what am I trying to say? Like, they like to think that that's like the whole point, which, you know, obviously isn't true. And
hold on, say it, rewind.
People that I mean, There's a lot of people that go into movies and when they see nudity, they're like, oh, they just, they just made this so that they just made this movie so that, this chick can get topless. And it's like,
oh yeah,
no, especially depending on what the movie is.
But I guess that's my angle that I was getting at though. Cause it's like, if you make a movie, it's about the movie and then the nudity is a part of that, right? One of the pieces to that puzzle of your movie. I take issue with it being the other way around because then that's porn. If it's a vehicle to have nudity, you know what I mean? Like it's not about the movie. And that's what I was getting at earlier. I couldn't word it right. So thank you for putting it in a better wording, but that's what I mean, where it's like those movies, a lot of those slashers in the 80s, they were straight up just a vehicle to have a bunch of naked, women on screen to.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that
or whatever.
But I wouldn't call that porn.
No, it wasn't. But what I'm saying is you might as well just make a porn. Like, why bother with the resources to make a fucking movie if you're not going to make a movie? Like, make a movie. If you want to have nudity in it, that's fine, but make a movie. Like,
well, yes, you should obviously take more care on your script. Like, your story needs to be the strongest part. Like, that's what you need to do. I would rather see a movie with no nudity and a strong script than with a weak script and copious amounts of nudity.
But that's what I was talking about.
If you could blend the two, that would be fun and fine.
I can't remember which Friday the 13th I'm trying to think of, but it was the one that's directed by a porn director, and it's like considered the worst or one of the worst. And it's like, it was literally just a vehicle to have a bunch of women running around topless. And it's like, motherfucker, just go make your fucking porn, dude.
Memento Mori said, while you're looking that up, Memento Mori says, me and my ex went to go to Infinity Pool in theaters and she brought her 10-year-old daughter to see. Huge mistake.
Why?
I don't understand why you're bringing a 10-year-old to the theater.
An R-rated movie.
An R-rated movie in the first place. Like, I get you're the parent, like it's your choice, whatever, to know what your kid can handle or not, but still.
But did you guys not see the trailer?
You need to vet your movies.
I mean, like at the very least, if you're going to take a 10-year-old, at least watch the trailer so that you have kind of an idea. Like, I've watched the trailer of Infinity Pool a bunch of times because, I covered it a bunch that year because it was one of the best of the year, in my opinion. And like, there's nothing about that looks like, one, a 10-year-old is going to be interested in, and two, a 10-year-old should really see, because regardless of the nudity, which there's not even that much nudity, there's that one scene where there's kind of an orgy thing going on, but regardless of that, like, it's fucking twisted and warped and fucked up. Like, it's a Cronenberg movie. Not to pass judgment, but I'm with you. Like, it drives me crazy because I go to these movies every week, and I swear there are people like 10 years old is one thing, but I see people with like fucking 5-year-olds, 4, 5, 6-year-olds. And the other thing is this, if you're comfortable as a parent to take your kid to see a horror movie when they're whatever age, that's fine. But then don't go tripping out because your kid saw nudity. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I saw these fucking people taking their like 8, 10-year-olds to see Terrifier 3, Terrifier 2. And I'm like, but a pair of boobs you're okay with? This is what I mean about nudity, DJ. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like, that drives me nuts. I'm like, you're fine with them seeing the most barbaric gore on screen you can imagine, but a pair of tits is like, that's where I draw the line. Why?
Yeah. Mr. Halloween says Friday Part 5, New Beginning.
Yes, thank you. I thought it was 5, but I couldn't remember.
Okay, have you seen In the Lost Lands?
I don't think so. In the Lost Lands. I can never keep track of all these movies you guys recommend me.
Easy Aga says there's a vulnerability and nudity in a horror movie. I mean, like, yes, that is ultimately like when you have a character that
this movie is, dude, I will not watch this movie. Maybe eventually if it's free and I've got nothing else going on. But this movie is the most trash looking movie. Oh, this is that really cheesy one we watched the trailer of like a few months back. The new Mila Djokovic one. That's got what's his name? Who I'm actually a big fan of. The wrestler. What's his name?
Yes. Yeah, that movie looks terrible.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah, that movie looks like ass.
Dog shit.
Yeah. Not even worth it. All right, I'm yawning, so I think it's time to wrap it up.
But no, and that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot that you can use nudity for in your film. Like, it can be a powerful thing. It can be a tool for a lot of things. Sometimes it's humor. Like, there are so many movies over the years where, like, for instance, Joyride, the comedy that nobody saw that has had me literally in tears laughing. And I never thought it would, because it's like all Asian women. The entire cast is Asian women. I'm like, I don't have anything in common with Asian culture. Don't know much about it. And definitely don't have anything in common with a bunch of young women. But it was the funniest fucking movie. And the best scene of the entire movie, I won't spoil it and say why, but the chick shows her vagina. And it is literally like the funniest comedic scene I have seen in 10 years.
Like, I mean, since Waiting?
Oh, dude, so fucking funny. Did they show vagina in Waiting?
Yeah. Did you remember towards the end?
No. I mean, I've seen the movie. I just don't remember.
Oh, dude, because it's like the ball. They had the ball showing game, right? And then they were like, "Why don't you ladies play?" And the one waitress is like, "Are you ready? Are you sure you want to see this?" And then she like shows her huge bush and like flicks stuff out of it.
Yeah.
It's so gnarly.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
That's what I mean. Like, it's, sometimes showing nudity, like, for instance, like, I'm not against, don't get me wrong. Like, when Sydney Sweeney was naked in what's it called? Like, it's amazing. And it's meant to be a sexy scene, and she's hot as fuck. And like, that's okay. That's fine. It is strictly in there for sex appeal and to be sexual, right? That's the idea behind it. That's the purpose of it. There's a difference, though, between that and like a movie like Showgirls. That's a pile of crap. And the whole point of it is just to show a bunch of naked people the whole movie. Like, that was their one thing that they could basically get people to go see their shitty movie for.
I didn't think Showgirls was crap. You thought it was crap?
When did you see it last? When you were young?
Yeah.
Dude, if you rewatched it, you would agree.
1995, Paul Verhoeven?
Dude, it's such a bad movie.
Man.
Most people think it's a shitty movie. But like, you probably saw it when you were pretty young, and you're like a bunch of hot naked women. Of course it's interesting.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. I thought it was a decent movie. I wasn't that young when I would say like 10, 11 years ago. So I was in my 20s at least.
Yeah. I guarantee you the nudity blinded you.
I mean,
because the acting is really bad in it, dude. Like, it's really bad. And it's so corny. Like, there's so much really dumb shit in it where it was trying to be like, I get what the movie was trying
Gina
to
Gershon,
do.
Robert Davi,
Gershon. But yeah,
whatever. Gershon.
Yeah. She just overacts the shit out of it. Elizabeth Berkley overacts the shit out of it. It's just it's bad. It's a poorly directed movie and bad writing. Like, so it's one of those where it's not about the actors, because all of them can act okay. Well, I don't know how good Elizabeth Berkley can really act, but for the most part, everybody in that can act. But like anything, it's about the role they're given. And because like Gershon was amazing in Bound, which was like at the exact same time. But it's like, you can only do so much with a lousy script.
Mr. Wonderful says Showgirls wasn't that bad. Stephanie says Showgirls is a classic.
Dude, I guarantee you, most of you have not watched it in 10 years. I am telling you, I watched it not too long ago, and I was cringing the entire movie. I was like, this dialogue is so bad. Like, nobody ever talks this way.
Man, I need to watch it again.
But regardless, that probably was a bad example anyway. I'm just talking about a movie that is known for the nudity, not for the movie.
Sure.
And I don't think that is what you want as a filmmaker, or what you should be going and like setting out to accomplish as a filmmaker. And Showgirls, the only reason anybody went to see it back then when it came out, I know because I went and saw it in theaters, was the nudity. Everybody wanted to see Elizabeth Berkley's bush. Like, that was the whole reason we all went, because we all grew up watching her on Saved by the Bell. and it was like, holy shit, she's gonna be fucking naked in a movie. That was the only reason anybody saw that movie.
Mr. Halloween says Showgirls has a cult following, and according to the director, the acting was supposed to be bad.
Bullshit. Whenever directors say that, I'm always like, just that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
Easy.
Like there may be some times where that's the case, but most of the time it's not.
Okay. I got to watch it again and pass my judgment.
Like sometimes it's almost never the director's intention, and that's why I don't buy that. But sometimes it does work in the movies like over time. Because like Starship Troopers, the bad acting in it, I don't care anybody says, they were not directed to act bad. But it leads to the charm of it, and helps make it a cult classic. Because there's some really cheesy, corny, like Michael Ironside, who I love, like some of his dialogue in that movie, like is so dumb, but it really adds to the charm of that movie overall. Isn't that Verhoeven?
I closed IMDb.
Did he do both those? Hold on.
Oh, we got dead air. We can't have dead air. I was typing while you were looking stuff up, but I think we're gonna call it.
Yeah, Paul
Verhoeven.
Did you say he did?
Paul Verhoeven.
Did you say he did? He did, dude. Holy shit, he did both those movies, Showgirls and Starship Troopers. But see, I just don't buy that, dude, because you can't tell me that same guy directed he's got other movies where the cast doesn't act bad. Like, why would you want them to act bad in Showgirls of all movies?
I don't know.
Same guy also did Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
He's not trying to, or he also did L. Like, he's not trying to get people to act bad. Like, I don't buy that for a second. Like, he could maybe get away with saying that for Starship Troopers because it's all meant to kind of have a corny comic book kind of weird vibe to it. So I could almost buy it for that movie, but not for Showgirls. That makes no sense for that type of movie. Like, why? Why would you want, like, I can't imagine ever a director be like, okay, I want you guys to act bad.
I don't know, man.
Maybe you're doing
I gotta watch it again.
Like a David, like a David Lynch, where you're wanting people, you could think of it as bad, but it's not. But where they have the stripped out emotion, like the way he directed his cast, that or the way I don't like the way he does it a lot of times, but M. Night Shyamalan, the way he directs his cast, where it comes off as bad acting, that could get in that, but that's not what I'm talking about with Showgirls.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do us.
Like, dude, just go online and watch the scene where Gina Gershon takes the boyfriend guy into the strip club and to watch Elizabeth Berkley for the first time. Just watch that scene, that clip, and tell me that the movie is not the corniest fucking movie you've ever seen. Like, so corny.
I will. All right. That's going to do us.
I know I need to eat.
Thanks everybody for watching and talking with us and chatting. We love you guys. It was great.
Fun hangout.
Jurassic Park Afterbirth sucked. And hopefully we'll be able to talk something good about I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That's not next week. That will be the week after.
Maybe we'll be able to talk about
tomorrow,
something.
but a week from tomorrow. Superman is the only thing coming out tomorrow, and Skill House. I'm definitely going to take one for the team and go see Skill House for sure. So.
All right, I might also do that. I
think it's going to be really bad, but I don't care. I got nothing else to do.
Yeah. So. All right. So anyway, that's it. So we will see y'all next week, next Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, whatever time it is over there on the other side of the pond. And we will see you next week, guys. Bye.
Later, guys.